Okay, so what's the plan? What are we doing?
So as you know, we're going to take this 11.5-second car and make it into a 10-second car. And so now that our season is over, we've got 6 months or so that we can do that.
Really, probably 4 months, maybe 5, because we're going to need a month of testing.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
So we need to try to get this project done by at least the beginning of April, if not middle of March. Yeah. That'll give us plenty of time. I think Ohio Valley opens in March sometime, late March, for testing, and we're going to get with them and try to rent a day. Okay. And maybe get a couple viewers if they're interested, because I think, what they say, you could have 4 or 6 buy-ins on a day. We'll have to check with them. I know there was a limit.
Yeah. So we'll see. But our plan is to take this, what we thought was a 408, in which now we're believing is a 350. We're going to find out here really soon what it really is. And put the 671 blower off of Corey's truck onto here. And that is definitely going to get me into 10 seconds. And so we're excited about that. So this is going to be part 1 of many parts throughout the winter time. And so we really hope that you stick around and watch and keep us updated on what you want to hear and see.
So what is the plan for today? What are we going to try to accomplish?
We're going to try to get the top end of this motor off.
Headers, top end.
Yeah, and if we have time, then we'll pull the motor, but we'll see. We'll get there. We'll be able to see into the bores and see what it looks like, see if there's anything burn up. Look at that cam, potentially, because there might have been a screwed up lobe in there. Might be able to look down in there and see what it looks like. But it's coming out regardless, so it doesn't really matter.
Cool. So if you enjoy this and you want to help us out, make sure you like and subscribe. It really helps keep this thing going, and we're hoping to. Our goal, we got 100 now.
Yep.
So our next goal is 500, which is halfway to 1,000, and we're hoping to get that by June next year.
Yep.
So let's see if we can make that happen, guys. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe.
See you.
So what'd you find out?
So as we pulled everything apart, got the top end off, it didn't look too bad. We haven't gotten the cam out yet, so we don't know what the cam looks like, but you noticed that there was a little bit of abrasion on the
that rear
lifter, so it might have caused a little bit of damage in there.
Nothing severe though. I was expecting to have a really bad.
I really chewed one up, yeah. But everything else looks good. The heads don't look too bad. The pistons don't look too bad. There are flat tops, so we'll be looking at probably a 9-1, 9.5-1 maybe.
Maybe closer to 10 to 1, but they are flat top with relief, so they're not dished or anything.
Yeah.
And we don't know the chamber size of those heads, do we?
No.
We'll have to figure that out. And then
some things we'll have to look at and see what we need to get reworked.
Yep.
And you measured the piston or the bore
30 over.
So 30 over. So that ideally that probably puts us at a 355. But we still haven't measured the crankhead, you said. So once we get that out, then maybe we'll get a better indication of what it is exactly. But my money's on 355.
Yep. I think you're exactly right. It does look like the pistons are burning pretty clean. So our tune-up wasn't that far off, and so that leads to good that our O2 sensor is working.
Yep. Yep.
So other than that, I mean, everything looks pretty good. We got all the water out, most of it anyway. You're gonna have to go down there and find your drain plugs and make sure that the bottom of the block is done.
Oh yeah.
But I think most of it's pretty good there. Yeah, we're just gonna have to figure out what you have. I think those pistons are probably the same as the crank, probably Eagle. There was no ID tag on the one that I could see over there.
I think we looked at it and it was a probe.
Well, oh, that's right.
Yeah,
piston.
yeah. So,
right.
Oh, is probe a good brand?
That's the one I ran before, but I blew the piston pin out.
Yeah, so maybe not.
Yeah, I mean they're a kit.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. I think if you're gonna do this, let's do it right. And I think that, I don't know, the block itself is gonna be a ticking time bomb, just like mine was. So we're not gonna have to push it as hard to get to 10 flat because the car's so light. So I think you could probably just run what you have here, just get everything prepped up. You may have to buy new pistons if we're gonna.
Well, if we're gonna stroke it, if it's not already stroked, then I'll buy the whole kit.
The cool thing about a 355 versus a 383, that blower you're gonna have.
Well, see, that's what I was going to be my question.
PSI
that was my question. Since you're having a hard time with your 421 with that blower, I would think that the less cubes, then the better the blower's gonna act.
You'll have a lot more boost and a lot more tunability with the pulleys.
Yeah.
So that's the good thing. The downside is those pistons may not be really what you want for a blower.
Yeah.
So what we may want to do is go ahead and go 40 over, get you some pistons that are going to hold up, and maybe some connecting rods. I don't know. It's depending on how far you want to go with it.
But we got a lot of stuff that we're going to have to replace that came off of it, like the rockers and stuff like that, and probably the girdle. I don't know.
Yeah, if you're going to go do all that, I would get one of those Jezel.
Will they fit on the dart heads, you think? Or
they make them specific. Okay. But they're expensive. They're $1,200 for a kit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I plan on putting some money into this, but first got to pay you for the blower. So that comes first, and we might not have a motor, but we'll have the blower.
Yeah.
So we can get yours rocking and rolling too.
So as far as that's concerned, I've been debating. I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and order a blow-off kit and see if I can machine it onto my intake, and then we'll just leave that and then buy you a new intake. Because it's gonna be cheaper doing that than getting a performance intake.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see. I need to buy one of those blow-off plates and see if I can make it machined onto mine.
Cool. All right. Well,
so what's next? Getting it all out?
Yeah, so I'm gonna drain the oil, I guess, and then, like you said, pull that one of the freeze plugs, make sure the water's out, and then maybe we'll just try to pull this whole thing out at once.
You can give it a shot. Drive shaft's got to come out.
Yeah, and then I'll get the radiator out, which will be easy. And,
yeah, if the radiator's out, I don't know. The core support might have to be to get it far enough out to angle it, but it may not.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to see.
I have faith that we'll be able to pull it out one time. So, all right, cool.
Yeah.